true, certain music groups may serve as career-altering inspiration for musicians. Stranger Things actor Joseph Quinn found inspiration in various guitar bands when playing Eddie Munson. Who exactly are these guitar musicians? Stay tuned as we go deeper into the subject. Without further ado, let's dive into the specifics of the subject. Actor Joseph Quinn has revealed the music he listened to while preparing for his role as Eddie Munson in the critically acclaimed Netflix series Stranger Things. He has also revealed the two musicians that serve as personal guitar idols, with his Master of Puppets shredding star turn in the season finale becoming the most talked about TV scene of the year. Quinn's participation in the most recent season of the program has made him a household celebrity. In a new edition of Metal Hammer, Quinn gives an exclusive interview in which he discusses the iconic bands and songs that inspired his transformation into everyone's favorite lovable TV metalhead. Recently, Quinn told Hammer that he's been playing guitar since he was a youngster, adding that he's never been that good, has been grossly neglected in recent years. Both my dad and my grandpa played guitar at one point in their lives, so it was something we'd do as a family, he explains. We're not experts by any stretch of the imagination, but we give it our best shot. Quinn cites two legends in the genre when asked who inspires him most as a guitarist. Jimi Hendrix is the most blatant example. His words, "I've always had a massive crush on him. My first real band crush was on Nirvana. I covered my bedroom wall with Kurt Cobain posters. It's overused, yet it still holds water." Moving on, more details on the band Joseph listened as Eddie Munson. Despite Quinn's fondness for Eddie as a character and the care offered to him, he admits that the two are not all that comparable. Yet this did not prevent him from empathizing with Eddie's plight as an outsider. "Not very much," he says in response. "There are times when we all feel vulnerable and might try to overcompensate. I feel there was some overcompensation on my side because I did not enroll in my school until 2 years after it had already started. But thankfully for me, I've never been lonely or felt like an outsider since I've always had friends. But if you don't humanize any of my characters, you won't care about them. And if people aren't vulnerable, truthful, and themselves, you won't want to be around them. This is true for all of my characters. I feel that we are far more drawn to someone who is offensively flawed than to someone who is always attempting to be faultless and beautiful." The Eddie Munson character has become a phenomenon, inspiring Metallica to manufacture Stranger Things themed products and unwittingly spark entire fan movements on TikTok. Metallica's Stranger Things apparel is available here. When the 5th season of Stranger Things concludes, will there be a 6th? Stranger Things Season 5 will be the final chapter in the saga of Eleven, her companions in Hawkins, and the Upside Down. However, this does not mean that it'll be the final Netflix series centered in the Stranger Things world. Other series will be set in this realm in the future. When the Duffer Brothers announced that the Netflix show would end shortly, they hinted at a future spin-off series. There are many more gripping stories waiting to be told within the Stranger Things universe. New challenges, thrilling new escapades, and unexpected new heroes. We haven't even written it yet, let alone alerted anyone about the idea, they said afterward. "We believe that because the concept is so unusual, everyone, even Netflix, will be taken aback when they hear it." Finn Wolfhard, unquestionably one of the brightest youngsters alive, got the announcement's subject matter exactly right. Except for Finn, no one else is aware of the situation. Moving on, how many episodes will there be in Stranger Things 5? We won't know for sure until we hear from the network, but given that seasons 1 and 3 each had 8 episodes, and seasons 2 and 4 each had 9, it's likely that season 5 will be around the same length as seasons 1 through 4. Everything depends on how many stories the Duffer Brothers want to tell in the show's final season. Except for the series finale episode, the episode runtimes will likely be much lower than those of season 4. The Duffer Brothers have claimed that the last episode of season 5 will be at least 2 hours long, but it will be shorter than the final episode of season 4. In another interview with The Hollywood Reporter, Matt Duffer stated that the climax will be enormous. Next up, will Stranger Things have a time jump? Anyone who watches Stranger Things knows that the first episode of each season has a quick flash ahead of time. The first season aired in November and December 1983, followed by the second season in October 1984 and the third season in July 1985. The fourth season occurred in March 1986, 8 months after the third season ended. On the other hand, the Duffer Brothers appear to be considering whether or not to conduct another time journey. According to TV Line, the ages of the younger performers make it practically impossible to avoid a significant time jump. I do not doubt that there will be a time shift. In an ideal world, we would have shot seasons 4 and 5 one after after another, but given the constraints, it was impossible. Moving on, when will the 5th season of Stranger Things premiere? As soon as we find out when production on the season will begin, we will have the answer to that question. The Duffer Brothers confirmed in August 2022 that season 5 of their program has begun production. Furthermore, David Harbour said in an interview for the British version of GQ that filming will begin in 2023. There is no word on when season 5 will begin production, although it is possible that the wait may not be as long as it was for season 4. In an interview with Variety, the Duffer Brothers said, "Don't hold us to that, but the gap should be much less this time because we already have a preliminary structure. We don't believe that there will be another 6-month forced hiatus. When production on the 5th season begins, the viewers will likely have a better idea of what to expect." Stranger Things Season 5, The Plot. The Stranger Things Season 5 storyline is currently unknown. Still, the Duffer Brothers have provided some hints as to what to anticipate, indicating that they have the entire series ending very well plotted out. "We know what the finale is," Matt Duffer stated in an SFX interview. "It may change, but I doubt it, since it's one ending that feels right and has always felt right. It also appears to be unavoidable. Then, when you figure it out, you're like, oh yes, that's exactly what it has to be." Season 4 ended with each group in Nevada, Indiana, and Russia inadvertently working together to take down Vecna. In the Upside Down, as Max is baiting his thoughts at the Creel house, Robin, Steve, and Nancy set fire to his vulnerable physical body. Simultaneously, Mike and Will submerge Eleven in a homemade sensory deprivation tank, and her consciousness finds its way to Max to help her fight the great monster. However, as Will points out at the end of episode 9, Vecna is far from defeated. "I can sense him now that I'm back in Hawkins, and he is aching, yet he is still alive. It's odd knowing who it was all along, but I can recall what he thinks and how he thinks. He's not going to stop until he's stolen everything. We must murder him," he informs Mike seriously. Finally, what do the showrunners have to say about the storyline of Stranger Things Season 5? The showrunners stated in a new interview with Collider that Will is going to be the main emphasis of Season 5, with the final episodes circling back to Season 1. Matt elaborated, "We're seeing his coming of age, which has been difficult for various reasons, some of which are supernatural, but you can see him coming into his own. I believe you'll see that with a couple of the character arcs, not just Will," Ross continued, "but there are still unresolved issues with Steve and Nancy and her connection with Jonathan. The characters may have taken steps, like in the case of Will, but their trip is far from done. All of this will be important as we try to close up this next season. 5 is going to be pedal to the metal from the opening scene," he also told The Wrap, implying that whatever occurs will be dramatic. "I watched CEOs weep who I'd never seen cry, and it was crazy." In recent weeks, fans have speculated on what may occur in the 5th and final chapter. "We anticipate that time travel will play a significant role, given that the Upside Down was revealed to be stuck in November 1983. Well, that marks the end of our video for today. We hope you liked it. On your way out, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching.